Hey, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you. I've had this whammy pedal. As you can see, this is the 4th generation. I don't even know when this one was released, but I've had this for probably 20 years, almost 20 years, at least 15. The main reason I got it at the time, it wasn't even for killing in the name. I actually got it because I thought, well, I could use this to kind of get some of those like dime bag squeals where, you know, dime bag like depresses the bar and then hits the harmonic and goes woo. You know, I wanted to do that. Particularly for the song This Love, A Vulgar Display of Power. Once I started using the pedal, I realized that it's not that easy to make that happen with the whammy pedal, but I found other uses for it, you know, like I would use it for the song Becoming. In some cases, you can kind of get like a dive bomb-esque squeal vibe with it. You know, if you're using a lot of distortion and you just like go up by 2 octaves, and it will kind of give you that dive bomb squeal vibe that you're looking for. But ultimately, you know, there's a lot of different things that you can do with this pedal. But in my personal opinion, I think one of the best ways to use it is not only the octaves, like I was mentioning, but also I really enjoy the harmonization feature where you're able to rock it back and you can get like 5th harmonies, 4th harmonies, 3rds, 6th, 7th, octaves as well. So there's many different ways that you can get harmonies on this that sound super cool. And like I said before, like I didn't really use the pedal for that purpose for years. Like it took until, you know, just this past year for me to finally start using it in that way. I was able to kind of come up with my own cool ideas with it, and you know, you can definitely be creative with it and get some really cool vibes out of it. Almost, it reminds me of like the Metallica, like the Cliff Burton, or excuse me, the James and Kirk harmonies from the first few albums. I think Cliff helped write a lot of those riffs. Yeah! You know, you can really get some cool harmonies out of it without actually needing to play them. But ultimately, I think most people think of the whammy pedal in terms of the octave feature, and I get why. I mean, because of Killing in the Name, that song is really famous for the whammy pedal solo. And I uploaded a video of myself playing it to my TikTok, and it got quite a bit of views. And people like that one because, you know, Tom Morello is obviously very creative with how he uses the pedal. There's a lot more than just using the octave feature. By the way, if you're looking for something to practice, get my Fretboard Memorization cheat sheet from travelingguitarist.com/fretboard cheat sheet. What it is it's all the triads, the major and minor triads in every single key. Through the octave mapping technique and through a couple other techniques, you can actually just learn to memorize not only the notes of the fretboard, but you can also learn how to improvise in a bunch of different keys by understanding the foundation of harmony, which is the triads, right? The foundation of chords. You can also sign up to my forum at forum.travelingguitarist.com. There you can, chat with people about
guitar and music and whatever else you'd like.
So ultimately, I think the whammy pedal is very fun to play with. It's one of those pedals, like I said the other day about the Morning Glory, where if you're willing to mess around with it for a bit, you can definitely have a lot of fun with it, and you can definitely do a lot of cool different things. But what I will tell you is that with mine, I have the 4th generation, like I said at the start of the video, and this is a monophonic whammy pedal. It's not a polyphonic whammy pedal. What that means is that the monophonic pedal, it's going to respond mostly to just one note at a time. It doesn't handle chords as well as the newer ones, and that's posed issues for me, and it's one of the reasons why I will be getting a newer one at some point, because I did a cover of I think the song is called Stranded by Gojira, and it uses the whammy pedal for a chord. I think it's an F minor chord in the beginning of the song. It doesn't handle it very well, you know. It kind of like makes it sound weird. It's like it just sounds too digital. And another thing I don't like about it too is that mine actually uses AC power. So this does not use 9 volt to DC. And I think a lot of people complained about that at the time, and rightfully so, because like it's very annoying, you know. It's annoying to have to like use a different power source. I use the Pedal Power 3 Plus, so I don't like having to get another adapter. I won't be getting rid of this whammy pedal, but I'll for sure be getting a new one as well. And another thing too is that you can actually use MIDI. You can control this with MIDI, which is something that I almost never do. I did get a new MIDI pedal recently, and I'll probably use that primarily for the RC5, but you do have the option of using MIDI with this, which is an interesting feature. And finally, the one thing I don't like about it is that sometimes I have to like squeeze the bottom of it a little bit more in order to get it to drop down into the regular position. So like when you depress it like that, it's obviously going to be at full capacity, right, in terms of the function. But sometimes I find it's hard to like get it right back to the beginning. And what that ends up doing is that like it'll slowly pull your sound out of pitch. It could be an issue with just the calibration, which I showed you how to calibrate the pedal properly in my other whammy pedal video.
So if you want to calibrate it, what you want to do is you take your power source out like this, and you hold down on it. You hold down on your switch, and then you plug your power source back in. And what that's going to do is it's going to light up a bunch of time like that. And then you just want to rock the expression back and forth like this, and that's basically how you calibrate it.
But I think it is just something to do with how old this thing is. Like I said, it's 20 years old, so I'd probably be better off just getting a new one rather than messing around with this one. But ultimately, you know, I found a lot of purposes for this pedal, and it sits on my board for that reason. Like I have this instead of the wah pedal. The wah pedal is cute, is cool too, but you know, the DigiTech whammy pedal is just like it's just so much fun to mess around with.
But anyway, you know, right now I'm going to get some milk. Let me know what guitar pedal you think is the most conducive to creativity. Like, which one do you find is the best for kind of bringing out that like innovative, fun vibe? And let me know in the comment section.